Have you ever been fast asleep only to be jolted awake by a calf cramp so painful it takes your breath away? Believe me, that sharp stabbing sensation can completely rob you of sleep and hurt so much that there's no way you can drift back off. Normally, a cramp only lasts a few seconds to a few minutes, but sometimes it can drag on for as long as 10 minutes. There are times when the pain is so intense it wakes you up in the middle of the night, leaving your muscles sore or tight for the next 24 hours. Sometimes, even a slight toe flex is enough to trigger it, and no matter how hard you try to grab your toes and pull them back, all you can do is grit your teeth and endure it. It truly feels like a nightmare. For older adults, this condition not only steals precious sleep, but also quietly weakens muscles over time. In fact, calf cramps, especially at night, haven't been thoroughly studied, and the exact cause is still not fully understood. However, medical experts agree that it's not just one single factor, but rather the result of a combination of physiological factors involving the muscles, nerves, and circulation. The three most common core causes are 1. Dehydration. When the body is dehydrated, blood volume decreases and the amount of oxygen and nutrients delivered to the muscles is limited. Water is also the medium that allows electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium to circulate in the blood. Without enough water, the transmission of signals from nerves to muscles slows down or becomes disrupted, making muscles prone to sudden cramping. In older adults, this risk is even higher because the sense of thirst becomes less sharp. They tend to drink less water, or they may sweat a lot during the day without proper replenishment, which makes nighttime cramps more likely. 2. Lack of key minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These are the keys that control the rhythm of muscle contraction and relaxation. Potassium works like the electric current manager in the body. It keeps electrolytes balanced and muscle cell membranes stable. With enough potassium, muscles work smoothly, but if potassium is lacking, it can cause muscle weakness and irregular heartbeat. Magnesium is the body's natural muscle relaxant. It regulates how much calcium moves in and out of muscle cells. Without enough magnesium, calcium tends to get trapped inside, causing muscles to lock up and ache, like a rubber band stretched too long without release. Calcium is the mineral that triggers muscle contraction. When calcium is deficient, both contraction and relaxation get disrupted. If the body lacks one or more of these minerals, nerve signals can easily become distorted, leading to sudden muscle spasms. 3. Lack of natural salts. Sodium is the gatekeeper that maintains fluid balance and osmotic pressure between cells. When sodium levels drop, muscles can't fully relax after contracting, which makes cramps more likely. People who eat a low-salt diet for a long time or sweat a lot but only drink plain water without replenishing salt often experience nighttime cramps. When the body lacks water, minerals, and sodium altogether, the muscles are basically drained of both fuel and strength, no longer able to function normally. At that point, even a small movement like stretching your legs while asleep can set off a severe cramp. On top of that, in older adults, there's another common but often overlooked cause of calf cramps: diuretic medications, which are commonly prescribed to treat high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, edema caused by kidney or liver disease. These drugs help the body eliminate excess salt and water through urine, but they also wash away important minerals like potassium, magnesium, and calcium, while indirectly altering sodium levels. Prolonged loss of electrolytes is the reason many long-term diuretic users often suffer from cramps, especially at night. The good news is, you can absolutely prevent calf cramps if you understand the causes and apply the right solutions. In today's video, we are going to explore 3 secret factors that many people overlook but that can keep your calves strong and flexible, significantly reduce the frequency and severity of cramps, improve circulation to nourish your muscles, and most importantly, help keep your legs steady in daily life. These are not just quick fixes, they're ways to nourish your muscles from the inside out, helping your muscles, nerves, and blood vessels work smoothly together and lowering the risk of sudden cramps. Before we get started, I'd love to know where you're watching this video from. Leave a comment below and feel free to drop your questions. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more helpful health tips from Strong from Home. Did you know that if you go to the doctor for cramps, you might be prescribed a drug called quinine? It may sound simple, but in reality, it's not safe at all. This medication can cause a wide range of side effects, from mild ones like digestive irritation, nausea, ringing in the ears, and headaches, to severe ones like irregular heartbeat, low platelet count, or even serious allergic reactions. In fact, the FDA in the US and many other countries have warned against using quinine to treat ordinary cramps, since the risks far outweigh the benefits, except in cases of treating malaria. So, is there a way that's safe, effective, and free from side effects? The good news is yes. And not only are these ways safe, but they're also scientifically proven to work. In today's video, I'll reveal 3 secret weapons to help you say goodbye to cramps without relying on medication. The first secret factor: drinking enough water to prevent cramps. Have you ever wondered, how exactly does water determine the strength and endurance of your muscles? Dr. Batman Gallage, author of One of the Body's Many Cries for Water, compares the human body to a living hydraulic system. Water is not just for quenching thirst, it is the foundation for strength, flexibility, and recovery of the muscles. He points out 4 important roles water plays in your muscles. 1. Water is the messenger from your brain to your muscles. Every movement you make, even something as small as tapping your finger, begins with an electrical impulse from the brain, running along the nerves and reaching the muscle fibers. For this signal to travel smoothly, your body needs enough water and electrolytes. When you're dehydrated, the electric current gets blocked, making muscles respond sluggishly and more likely to cramp suddenly. 2. Water helps maintain the shape and elasticity of your muscles. About 75% of your muscle mass is water. When well hydrated, each fiber is full of vitality, elastic, strong, and recovers quickly after activity. But when dehydrated, your muscles deflate, becoming weaker, tiring faster, and prone to stiffness. 3. Water is the support source for your muscles to create energy. ATP, known as the energy currency for muscles, is produced through reactions that always require water. When you're dehydrated, ATP production slows down, endurance drops significantly, and you tire out much faster, especially during prolonged activity. 4. Water helps clear out the waste in your muscles. Every time your muscles work, they generate lactic acid and other waste products. Water acts as the river that flushes these out through the blood and out of the body. Without enough water, waste builds up, making your muscles feel heavier, more fatigued, and stiffer after activity. Why does not drinking enough water make you more prone to nighttime cramps, especially as you get older? Dr. Batman Gallage explains that slow, long-term dehydration disrupts the body's electrolyte balance. Without enough water, essential minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, the conductors of muscle contraction and relaxation, drop below ideal levels. The result: your muscle fibers lose their natural elasticity. Signals from the brain to the muscles slow down or get disrupted. Muscles become oversensitive and prone to sudden spasms. For older adults, this condition is even worse. The body's ability to retain water decreases with age. The sense of thirst is weaker, so they drink less, and electrolyte regulation is less effective. That's why, at night when circulation slows and the body relaxes, even a tiny movement, like stretching your leg or rolling over, can trigger a severe cramp that jolts you awake, research from the US. National Institute on Aging shows that in people over 65, losing just 2% of body water can double the risk of cramps compared to when fully hydrated. In other words, even a slight shortage of water, something that may seem harmless, can be enough to make your muscles rebel in the middle of the night. 8 glasses of water a day. Is it really the right formula for you? You've probably heard the phrase, drink 8 glasses of water a day many times. In reality, that number is just an average for convenience, not a one-size-fits-all rule. Dr. Batman-Gelage believes that each person's water needs are different, depending on body weight, activity level, climate, diet, and health condition. For example, if you weigh 70 kilograms, live in a hot climate, and exercise a lot, you'll need more water than someone who weighs 50 kilograms and works all day in an air-conditioned office. The key, he emphasizes, is to listen to your body. Thirst is only one of many cries for help when your body is dehydrated. Other signals can include unusual fatigue, headaches, dry skin, chapped lips, constipation, joint pain, cramps, and even feeling hungry when in fact you're just thirsty. Another alarm clock that tells you your body needs water is the color of your urine. If it's clear or light yellow, you're hydrated. But if it's dark yellow or darker, that's a signal your body is dehydrated and needs water right away. Smart water drinking tips just for you. If you often get nighttime leg cramps, Dr. Batman-Gelage suggests a few simple but extremely effective rules, especially helpful if you are middle-aged or older and often suffer from cramps. Sip water throughout the day instead of waiting until you're thirsty, because as you age, your sense of thirst becomes less noticeable. Drink just small sips or a small glass at a time. Avoid chugging large amounts so you don't put extra stress on your kidneys. Before bed, treat yourself to a small glass of water so your body doesn't get dehydrated while you sleep, which also lowers the chance of midnight cramps. Add water-rich foods to your daily meals like watermelon, cucumber, celery, oranges, and grapefruit. They're refreshing and naturally hydrating. If you're taking diuretics or blood pressure medication, here's something you should keep in mind. Pay attention to how you drink water. Some diuretics, often prescribed for high blood pressure or heart failure, not only help remove excess fluid, but also flush electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium out of your body more quickly. Over time, this can quietly dehydrate you, weaken your muscles, and make cramps more likely. That's why it's best to sip water steadily throughout the day. Never wait until you're really thirsty. Also, make sure you're replenishing electrolytes through food or by choosing natural mineral water. And most importantly, watch the color of your urine and listen to your body, because that's the quickest way to know when it's time to adjust. Secret factor 2. Use natural salt instead of refined salt to prevent calf cramps. Many people think salt is just a seasoning, but in reality, the type of salt you use can directly affect your muscle health, especially when it comes to preventing cramps. Why choose natural salt over refined salt? According to The Healing Power of Salt and Water by Grace Allen, natural salts like Celtic sea salt or Himalayan pink salt still contain over 80 minerals and trace elements, including magnesium, potassium, calcium, and zinc. These are essential for maintaining electrolyte balance, supporting nerve and muscle signaling, regulating muscle contraction and relaxation, strengthening adrenal function and the immune system. In contrast, refined salt is usually bleached, stripped of nearly all natural minerals, and mixed with additives like anti-caking agents or synthetic iodine. Some of these additives may alter the salt's structure and put stress on the body over time. That's why Celtic sea salt looks slightly gray and feels a little moist, while refined salt is bright, white, dry, and almost entirely sodium chloride. Why does low sodium increase nighttime cramps in older adults? Grace Allen once called natural salt the body's living electrolyte source. When combined with proper hydration, natural salt helps muscles work smoothly, stay strong, and recover faster. For older adults, sodium deficiency raises the risk of nighttime cramps for three main reasons. Electrolyte imbalance. Sodium acts like the gatekeeper for fluid and mineral balance inside and outside your cells. Without enough sodium, nerve signals get disrupted, which can cause sudden muscle contractions, even when you're at rest. Weaker nerve to muscle signaling. Sodium is key for carrying nerve signals to the muscles. When it's low, the signals become weaker or slower. Since the nervous system already slows with age, low sodium makes those signals even less effective, leading to cramping. Dehydrated, less flexible muscles. Sodium works with potassium and magnesium to hold water inside muscle tissue. Without enough sodium, muscles dry out, lose flexibility, and can cramp up from something as small as rolling over in bed. In simple terms, lacking sodium removes a key that muscles need to relax and function normally, making nighttime cramps much more likely as you get older. I have an older friend who avoided salt almost completely out of fear of high blood pressure. But eating too bland for too long gave him frequent calf cramps at night, ruining his sleep and leaving him exhausted in the morning. When I shared with him that natural salt is not only safer than refined salt, but also contains over 80 trace minerals, especially sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, that restore electrolyte balance, support nerve muscle signaling, relax muscles, and improve sleep, he decided to give it a try. He began seasoning his meals a bit more moderately, and every morning and evening before bed, he dissolved a small amount of natural sea salt in a glass of warm water. Sodium helped stabilize his nerve signals and fluid balance. Potassium and magnesium relaxed his muscles, and water was absorbed more effectively into his cells, keeping his muscles flexible and reducing cramps. After just 5 days, he told me, I don't get cramps anymore, and surprisingly, my insomnia is gone too. Now, he sees drinking water with natural sea salt as his favorite habit for maintaining strong muscles and deep sleep. You can try this method too. Stay well hydrated and add a small amount of natural salt to help protect your muscles and improve your sleep. So, how much salt is safe for older adults, especially those who often get calf cramps? According to the healing power of salt and water, there isn't a single safe number that works for everyone. It depends on your body's actual electrolyte needs, your current health condition, your activity level, and diet. General recommendations from many health organizations suggest about 3.8 to 5.8 grams of salt per day, roughly 3/4 to 1 teaspoon. However, if you often get muscle cramps and show signs of electrolyte imbalance, your salt intake can be slightly higher as long as you're drinking enough water throughout the day. You're also getting enough other minerals like potassium and magnesium. In other words, salt only works when paired with proper hydration and minerals. It's not about just eating more salt to stop cramps. So, how should older adults with cramps use salt effectively? According to Grace Allen, there are two key principles. 1. Spread out your salt intake throughout the day. Don't load up on too much salt at once. Older adults absorb and adjust electrolytes more slowly, so smaller amounts at a time help keep water electrolyte balance steady and limit blood pressure spikes. 2. Take salt with water the right way. You can use a saturated salt solution. Put natural salt in a glass jar, fill it with filtered water, and leave it overnight. The salt will partly dissolve, with the excess sinking to the bottom. Don't drink the settled part. The next morning, take 1 teaspoon of this solution, mix it with 250 ml of filtered water, and drink it before breakfast. This method allows your body to absorb sodium gradually, avoiding sudden blood pressure increases while helping reduce nighttime cramps. Signs that an older adult's body is low on natural salt. According to Grace Allen, natural salt deficiency often creeps in quietly, but there are some clear signs if you pay attention. Nighttime cramps, especially in the calves, fatigue, muscle weakness, or dizziness when standing up, unusual cravings for salty foods, mild swelling in the ankles or hands. This isn't always bad water retention. Sometimes it's your body's way of holding on to what little salt it has left. Dry skin, chapped lips, and constant thirst. Many people assume this means dehydration and try to drink more water. But if the real issue is low salt, water won't stay in your cells and will be flushed out quickly. Drinking more water only makes you urinate more, lose even more salt and water, and feel even more drained. Simply put, without enough natural salt, water can't stay inside your cells, leading to a range of uncomfortable symptoms, especially nighttime cramps. What should people with high blood pressure or kidney disease be careful about when using natural salt? According to The Healing Power of Salt and Water, there isn't a standard salt intake for everyone. It must be adjusted individually. For these people, sodium processing is less efficient, so their safe salt intake is usually lower than average. The key is to balance salt with water and other minerals like potassium, magnesium, and calcium. If you increase salt without those minerals, your health may actually get worse. The rule is a little but enough. Raise your salt intake gradually while watching your body's response, especially blood pressure, swelling, and cramping. Grace Allen stresses that you shouldn't cut out salt completely to protect your heart, but you also shouldn't oversalt just to fight cramps. The goal is to keep sodium levels in your blood and cells steady, enough for muscles to work properly without adding stress to your heart and kidneys. Secret Factor 3. Dark leafy green, the mineral shield against nighttime leg cramps. Have you noticed? Many older adults who often get calf cramps in the middle of the night tend to eat very little dark leafy greens. The reason is that these vegetables are packed with potassium and magnesium, two minerals that act like controllers, helping muscles contract and relax smoothly. Without them, muscles cramp more easily, especially during sleep, according to Prescription for Nutritional Healing by Phyllis A. Balch, getting potassium and magnesium from dark leafy greens, nuts, and fruits not only helps muscles contract and relax properly, but also ensures that nerve signals are transmitted accurately, something especially important for older adults. Potassium is like the body's electric current manager. It keeps electrolytes balanced and stabilizes muscle cell membranes. With enough potassium, muscles move smoothly, but when it's lacking, the membranes become overly sensitive, and even rolling over in bed can suddenly trigger a cramp. Magnesium is the body's natural muscle relaxant. It controls how much calcium moves in and out of muscle cells. If magnesium is low, calcium gets trapped inside, making muscles stiff and painful, like a rubber band pulled too tight for too long without being released. For older adults, the risk is higher, because mineral absorption declines with age, and many take diuretics or blood pressure medications that cause potassium and magnesium loss through urine. At night, when blood circulation slows and the body rests, this mineral gap shows up more clearly, triggering sudden cramps. Interestingly, minerals from natural foods are absorbed more effectively than from supplements. Along with potassium and magnesium, dark leafy greens also provide vitamin K, antioxidants, and other micronutrients that protect both muscles and the nervous system. A kale and banana smoothie isn't just tasty, it's like a gentle medicine that helps you sleep through the night without being woken up by painful calf cramps. How does the body sound the alarm when potassium and magnesium are low, especially in older adults? Potassium and magnesium act like a pair of engineers for muscles and nerves. If even one is lacking, the body sends out warning signs. Older adults usually feel them more because their ability to absorb and store minerals is reduced. Common symptoms include nighttime cramps, calves and feet tighten, usually striking at midnight because muscles lack the electrolytes needed for smooth contractions, muscle weakness and fatigue. Legs feel heavy, even light walking makes you tired. Muscle twitches, eyelid spasms. Magnesium deficiency makes nerve signals glitchy. Fast or irregular heartbeat. Both potassium and magnesium help regulate heart rhythm. Trouble sleeping or restless sleep. Low magnesium prevents the nervous system from relaxing. Constipation and bloating. Potassium deficiency weakens intestinal contractions, slowing digestion. Tingling or numbness in hands and feet. Nerves can't send signals smoothly. Important notes for older adults with cramps who also have high blood pressure or kidney disease when eating more dark leafy greens. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and amaranth are indeed rich in potassium and magnesium, both excellent for muscles and nerves. But with certain health conditions, there are a few things to watch out for. Beware of excess potassium. People with kidney disease often can't eliminate potassium well. Too much can raise blood potassium, causing irregular heartbeat. Medication interactions. Some blood pressure medications, especially potassium-sparing diuretics, already raise blood potassium. Adding lots of potassium-rich vegetables on top increases the risk. Go slow. Don't suddenly eat large amounts. Increase intake gradually and monitor your body's response. Eat a variety. Besides leafy greens, mix in foods like pumpkin, broccoli, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds for balanced nutrition instead of relying on one group. In short, dark leafy greens are very beneficial. But for people with high blood pressure or kidney disease, the key is moderation, careful monitoring, and ideally consulting a doctor so you can prevent cramps while protecting your heart and kidneys. A note about magnesium. Magnesium helps muscles relax and reduces cramps. But too much, especially from supplements, can cause diarrhea, low blood pressure, or even irregular heartbeat, particularly in people with kidney problems. How much dark leafy greens are enough to prevent cramps in older adults? According to the prescription for nutritional healing, an older adult should eat about 2 to 3 cups of cooked dark leafy greens per day. If eaten raw, about 4 to 6 cups. That amount provides enough potassium and magnesium to keep muscles working smoothly and less prone to cramps. You can think of your body like a car running all day. Potassium is like the fuel. Without enough, the engine sputters. Magnesium is like the oil and brakes. Without oil, the engine overheats. Without brakes, the car seizes up. Eating enough dark leafy greens is like refueling and oiling the car regularly for your muscles. Rules for adding dark leafy greens. Eat a variety. Rotate between spinach, kale, amaranth, bok choy, etc., to get a full range of nutrients. Cook lightly. Steam, boil, or quick stir-fry to keep minerals intact. Special caution. People with kidney disease or on blood pressure potassium-sparing diuretics shouldn't overload on high-potassium vegetables. To sum up, there are 3 keys to saying goodbye to nighttime cramps. Drink enough water. Use natural mineral salt instead of refined table salt. Eat plenty of dark leafy greens every day. You can picture your body like a home's electrical system. Water is the electric current. Minerals, potassium, magnesium, sodium, are the fuses and wires. If the current is weak from low water, or the fuses are missing minerals, even a tiny spark can make the lights flicker or go out. That's exactly what sudden calf cramps are. So starting today, take care of your body with every glass of water you drink and every meal filled with natural vegetables. This is the biological key that keeps your muscles strained to be so strong, reduces cramps, and helps your whole body stay energized. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like so we're motivated to share more. You can also leave a comment about what you'd like to learn next. We're always ready to listen. And remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest health tips. Always up to date, always healthy. See you in the next video.